They did it. They actually did it. Don't forget to smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button. Trust us, it'll be worth it. Thank you. What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight, and you are watching The Real Review 3000 here with another video, and I don't even know what to categorize it as, but I will tell you this. It is Victory Monday here for the Kansas City Chiefs, and we won the Super Bowl. I mean, it's crazy if you think about it. 50 years since we've been and since we've won. 50 years. And I can't tell you the crazy coincidences with this and the Kansas City Royals winning in 2015. So the Kansas City Royals went to the World Series in 2014, lost to the San Francisco Giants. Here's the Kansas City Chiefs playing 50 years after they won in Super Bowl IV, and they went against the San Francisco 49ers. Some correlation there. They came from behind in their first two games during the playoffs against the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. And the Kansas City Royals came back against the Houston Astros, and I believe, I'm trying to remember who they won the championship, the AL championship from, but I believe they came from behind in that from several games down, and then they went against the New York not New York Giants, there we go, the New York Mets. So that was the second year they went in 2015. So that was their 30th anniversary from their 1985 win. So that anniversary thing going on for Kansas City is kind of cool. This is the first Super Bowl since in 50 years. It is the longest stretch between a Super Bowl win, but for any team in the NFL. I believe it's also the first time that any team has come from behind in all three games to win. This happened in about 5 or 6 minutes. They came from behind in the fourth quarter for 21 unanswered points. That is unprecedented. Patrick Mahomes is a freak. Now, he didn't have a great game. Let's be honest. 2 interceptions. I believe only one actual passing touchdown. I have to go back and check that. But his poise at the end of that game to get his guys on board to go, and then the fact that the defense showed up in that last 5 minutes and stopped San Francisco after they'd pretty much been doing what they wanted to do against us, speaks volumes to this team. Now, this game has a lot more importance to me. I talk about my father every once in a while. My father died in his sleep while watching the Chiefs win a game. Call it stupid, call it whatever you want, but I do wish my father had been here. I mean, after they won, I heard the phone call he would have called me with. Or right when they got their last touchdown, he would have called me just freaking out. I've never seen it. Just so you know, to put this in perspective, I am under 50 years old. And both my kids have never seen this. This is something my kids were able to also share with me as something that none of us have seen in our lifetime. That's kind of weird if you think about it. I mean, you think about the Patriots, you think about the Giants, you think about, even San Francisco, you think about Denver, you think about the Raiders, you think about all these other teams out there who have won the Super Bowl over the past few years, the Ravens, the Rams. All these teams have had it within the past 10, 15, 20 years, whatever. So a lot of people have been alive for it. My kids and I have not seen this ever. Not even a Super Bowl win, let alone that. A Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs have not been in the Super Bowl in 50 years. My father would have loved this. Him and I, we went to games all the time. My grandmother owned a cafe here downtown Kansas City where the Royals and Chiefs players always came. I knew so many of them. George Brett, Hal McRae, Hank Stram, who was the Chiefs head coach for Super Bowl IV. A lot of these guys, I got autographs of these guys. I have baseball signed by the '85 World Series team. I've known a lot of these guys, not known, I'll just say I have got to meet a lot of these guys, and they have known my family for many years. So there's always been a deep connection to sports in the Kansas City region and the area between me and my dad and my family. And it was that moment when they finally pretty much sealed it that I had to think my dad was there, or my dad had a hand in it. And I know it sounds weird. Believe what you will about religion or whatever. I felt like my father was there. And I felt like he was with me too. That this was kind of a way of things finally went the way that we all wanted them to. Everybody in this town probably has some sort of story about what this meant to them. A lot of us just can't believe waking up today that we are the Super Bowl champions. It's not that we don't think we could have. It's a surreal thing for 50 years. But again, for me, the connection to my father, this was something really important. I planned to go and buy either a Super Bowl pen or a keychain or something, and I plan on burying it at my father's grave as a last statement to my father that, hey, look, they did it, and that the importance it was to him to see this, which I'm sad that he didn't, but I am really happy today that it happened finally, and I cannot put into words how stupid sports ball has changed a lot in just a night for this town. And guys, again, it might sound stupid, but there's always a connection to sports. Remember, if you are a sports fan, stay true to your home team. 50 years. My whole life, I have been a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I don't care how many times they didn't go. I was a sports fan and a Chiefs fan for this day, right now. For last night, what I saw. For this season, what I saw. And my dad died a sports fan for the Kansas City Chiefs, the Kansas City Royals, because he believed in them. If you're from a town, that is a part of the history of your town. That is a part of the legacy of that town, whether or not you're a sports fan or not. But remember, loyalty has its place in everybody's life. Family, friends, job, whatever. But it should be the same towards your sports team. So remember that, guys. I don't have much more to say. Please tell me what you thought of this video. Put it down in the comments below. I am Chris Knight. Remember to smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. We're going to have a little video coming up here sometime this week to explain about a contest. We're giving away something really kick-ass, and we plan on doing it as soon as we get to 1,000 subscribers. So remember that. Don't forget to hit that bell so you know when we're coming out with new stuff. Again, I am Chris Knight. This has been The Real Review 3000. I'm officially out of here.
Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to both channels, and make sure to check out our friends in the Fandom Minutes. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and BitChute, and you can also send us an email at sean@seanstackhousereacts.com and chrisknight@therealreview3000.com. And be sure to swing by our Teespring store to pick up some awesome merchandise.